Daring Marine YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about fault you can find in the marine purifier. Means how the marine purifier troubleshooting. So what are the different faults we can see in the marine purifier and how to rectify them. Okay. Here we can see the marine purifier. From the top there will be seeding water and to the solenoid valve, and then from the operating water tank, then desludging water is there, water outlet, back pressure valve is there, and temperature control will be there, heater, setting tank, service tank will be there, heater and all. Okay, then let's discuss in this topic in detail. The following fault are most commonly occurring purifier. Means oil overflow, low oil throughput, oil loss, heavy vibration, no desludging, high back pressure, water contamination. That means oil overflow, low oil throughput, oil loss, heavy vibration, no desludging, high back pressure, water contamination. These are the common flaws that we can occur in purifier. Overflow of oil, low oil throughput, oil loss, heavy vibration, no desludging, high back pressure, water contamination. So oil overflow means if the oil overflows from the water side, it indicates the water seal is broken. Okay, if there is oil overflow from the water side, that means water seal is broken. The reason could be very high oil inlet temperature. Okay, the reason could be very high oil inlet temperature. Okay, oil overflows from water side, it indicates that water seal is broken. The reason could be very high oil inlet temperature. Okay, we need to inspect the temperature controller and the steam inlet valve of the heater. Inspect temperature controller and steam inlet valve of the heater. Rectify the defect in the heating system. After that, we need to rectify the defect in the heating system. Okay, we need to inspect the heat temperature controller and the steam inlet valve of heater and rectify the defect in the heating system. Okay. Then improper selection of gravity disc will shift the oil water interface towards the periphery, resulting in the oil flow to water side. Okay, if we select the improper gravity disc or dam rig, it will affect the water interface towards the periphery, resulting in the oil flow into water side. Okay, we have to select the proper gravity disc. Improper selection of gravity disc will shift the water interface towards the periphery, resulting in oil flow to the water side. Okay, oil overflow can also be due to low speed of bowl, or inspect the friction pads and replace if necessary. So means oil overflow can be due to low speed of the bowl. They inspect the friction pads and replace if necessary. Okay, oil overflow can be due to low speed of the bowl, or inspect the friction pads and replace if we need it. Okay, the reasons are high oil inlet temperature, improper selection of gravity disc improper selection, low speed of the bowl. So remedies means for high oil inlet temperature, rectify the defects in the heating system. We have to rectify the defects in the heating system. For improper selection of gravity disc means we have to select the correct size of gravity disc. Otherwise, proper interface will be there. Then low speed of bowl means we have to check the impact the friction pads and replace. We have to check the impact the friction pads and replace. Next is low oil throughput. Low oil throughput means if oil throughput is less, it may be due to malfunction of feed pump and relief valve. If oil throughput is less means it may be due to malfunction of feed pump and relief valve. Oil throughput is less means due to malfunction of feed pump and relief valve. We have to do is overhaul and adjust the relief valve. Low oil throughput which is due to choked filter in feed line may also lead to reduction of oil throughput. If there is choked filter in the feed line, it may also lead to reduction of oil throughput. Choked filter in the feed line, it may also lead to reduction of oil throughput. Okay, low oil throughput means if oil throughput is less, it may be due to malfunction of feed pump and relief valve. So we have to overhaul and adjust the relief valve. Choked filter in the feed line, it may also lead to reduction of oil throughput. So we need to inspect and clean the filter. Then clogged pipeline can also be reason for low oil throughput. Clogged pipeline can also be reason for low oil throughput. So we need to clean the pipeline. Clogged pipeline can also be reason for low oil throughput. So we need to clean the pipeline. So reason and remedies means malfunction of the feed pump relief valve. Remedies means overhaul and adjust the relief valve. The reason means choked filter in the feed line. Remedies means inspect and clean the filter. Reason means clogged pipeline. Remedies means clean the pipeline. Reason and remedies means malfunction of the feed pump relief valve. Remedies means overhaul and readjust the relief valve. Reason means choked filter in the feed line. Inspect and clean the filter. For the clogged pipeline, remedies is clean the pipeline. Okay. Oil loss. If the operating water pressure decreases, bowl will not close properly. And oil will leak to the sludge side. Okay. Oil loss means if operating water pressure decreases, bowl will not close properly, and oil will leak to the sludge side. Okay. If operating water pressure reduces, bowl will not close properly, and oil will leak to the sludge side. Oh, okay. This may be reason. If operating water pressure decreases, the bowl will not close properly, and oil will leak to the sludge side. Okay. The operating water pressure will reduce if the water line filter is clogged. So clean the water line filter. Operating water pressure will reduce if the water line filter is clogged. So we need to clean the water line filter. The choked parent disc will reduce the operating water pressure. Okay. Operating water pressure will reduce if the water line filter is clogged. Clean the water line filter. Choked parent disc will reduce the operating water pressure. Okay. Operating water pressure will reduce the water line filter is clogged, and clean the water line filter. Choked parent disc will reduce the operating water pressure. Okay. Inspect and clean the parent disc. Operating water can leak through the worn out O-ring. And bowl will open, allowing the oil to sludge side. Okay. Operating water can leak through worn out O-ring. If O-ring is worn out, operating water can leak through them, and bowl will open, allowing the oil to sludge side. Inspect and replace O-ring. So we have to inspect and replace O-ring. If the operating water can leak through, if the O-rings is worn out, so bowl will open, allowing the oil to sludge side. A reason means clogged water line filter. Inspect and clean the water line filter. Choked parent disc. So inspect and clean the water line filter. For the choked parent disc also. If the O-rings has been worn out of the parent disc, means replace the O-rings of the parent disc. So we have to replace the O-rings of the parent disc. Okay. And due to heavy vibration means heavy vibration may due to accumulation of sludge and bowl imbalance. Accumulation of sludge and bowl imbalance. So we have to inspect and clean the bowl. Inspect the shock vibration only. Heavy vibration means heavy vibration may due to accumulation of sludge and bowl imbalance. It may be due to accumulation of sludge and bowl imbalance. Inspect and clean the bowl. Inspect the shock vibration mode. Okay. Reason means bowl imbalance due to accumulation of sludge. Remedies means inspect and clean the bowl. Worn out shock vibration mode. Means renew the shock vibration mode. Okay. Reason means bowl imbalance due to accumulation of sludge. Remedies means inspect and clean the bowl. And reasons are other reason means worn out shock vibration mode. So we need to renew the shock vibration mode. Okay. No discharging means discharging water may not flow due to faulty operational solenoid. Okay. No discharging means discharging there may be some reason for not discharging. Discharging water may not flow due to faulty operational solenoid. So the discharging water may not flow due to there is operation solenoid. There is faulty operation. So we need to inspect and replace the solenoid. The reason is faulty operational solenoid. That means inspect and replace the solenoid. Choked water line filter means we have to clean the filter. High back pressure means the rise in high back pressure means may be due to construction of the purifier outlet piping. Rise in the back pressure may due to construction of the purifier outlet piping. High throughput or low inlet temperature. Inspect and take corrective action. Okay. High back pressure means rise in back pressure may due to construction in the purifier outlet piping. High throughput or low inlet temperature. Inspect and take corrective action. Okay. High back pressure means rise in the back pressure may be due to construction of the purifier outlet piping, high throughput or low inlet temperature, and we can say inspect and take corrective action. The reason means construction of the purifier outlet piping. So we have to clean the pipeline. And high throughput means we have to adjust the throughput. Low inlet temperature, for that we need to adjust the inlet temperature. Okay. Then water contamination. Means improper selection of gravity disc will shift oil water interface towards the center, resulting in the water flowing through the oil cylinder. Okay. If we select the improper selection of gravity disc, we have to select proper gravity disc. If we select improper selection of gravity disc, it will shift the oil water interface towards center, resulting in the water flowing through oil side. So we have to select the correct phase gravity. We have to select the correct gravity disc. gravity disk. Okay. Water contamination means improper solution of gravity disk. We shift the oil water interface towards center, resulting in the water flowing through the oil slate. So we have to select the correct gravity disk. This means improper solution of gravity disk. So we have to select the correct gravity disk. Thank you.